Welcome to the Tech Review. I'm Scott and doing another unboxing for y'all. This time is the Acer H236HL IPS monitor. I think I've seen maybe 5 videos of this monitor on YouTube, so thought I'd throw another one on there, get kind of in-depth review. This is a replacement of my old 19-inch hands-free 1440 by 900 monitor. This Acer is a 23-inch version and it's 1080p, so this is a good upgrade to my old monitor. So going ahead and opening the box, this does come with everything you need, like the instruction manuals that you just saw. This does come with an HDMI cable right there. So not a lot of monitors come with an HDMI cable, so it's very handy that this does come with that and all the other cables that it comes with. So right here's the VGA cable. If you have maybe an old laptop or old computer that doesn't support HD, which I don't know why you would buy an HD monitor and use that. That's our power cable for the power brick part of it. And then we have our DVI cable. As I continue sorting through this box, I actually already have my own cables that I will be using, but it is nice that these were provided by Acer. So going ahead and pulling the monitor out so I can get to the rest of the cables and the stand. And next we have the power brick that'll plug directly into the monitor. And right behind that we have the neck to the monitor, which is ever so stuck in this plastic. There we go. It does support only tilting forwards and backwards, not height adjustment or swivel, which is not a huge deal. And here's the base plate, which looks like it's brushed aluminum, but it's actually just plastic, so you won't have to worry about any of the fingerprints. Now to assemble the stand, just make sure you put the neck in the correct way and use the toolless thumb screw to tighten it together. Now pulling the protective sleeve off the monitor, we see the very glossy screen, and I will have to admit I was a little disappointed that the Acer logo was silver. Earlier versions of this monitor, they were black, but it's not that big of a deal. When you're gaming in a dark room, you won't really notice it at all. So to put the monitor on the stand, you just set it down on top and just kind of push it in place until it doesn't really go in anymore. And that is the assembly of the monitor. It's very simple, not much to it. Now this monitor is very slim, which is a plus, but your cables will be pointing out the back because of the orientation of the sockets. Here you can see the tilting forwards and back of the monitor. There is no height adjustment or swivel support. Now on the back of the monitor, as far as connections, we have a HDMI, DVI, VGA, and audio pass-through for the HDMI. Now when the screen's off, it looks like it has zero bezel, but as you turn it on, you see there is a very slim bezel. But if you're multi-monitoring it, there's not a huge deal. Now the glare might be a off-put to some people. As you can see there, my lamp is very visible, but once the monitor actually kicks on and turns on with an image, it is not noticeable at all unless you're just like in a very lit room. As you can see here, my background washes it out. Now picture quality is very great on this monitor. This is a Blu-ray of The Dark Knight Rises playing, and the picture quality is amazing. The picture is clear, it's crisp, the colors are very vibrant on it, and I haven't noticed any lagging with this high action in this movie. As far as gaming goes, this video doesn't really do this any justice. This is BioShock Infinite, and people saying IPS is not good for gaming because of the slow input lag, or the slow refresh rate and the input lag. My old monitor had a refresh rate of 5 milliseconds, and so does this one. So as far as refresh rate, I'm not seeing a huge difference. Now the input lag might be a little bit better or worse, but I've had zero problems with it so far, and I've played quite a few games on it. BioShock Infinite is running great, it's smooth, the colors are great on it, and I'm getting a full 60 frames per second with my graphics card with no frame rate drops. So it's good as far as gaming goes. Now the controls on it for adjusting the monitor are a little hard to find. The buttons are not labeled, and the first thing I did was turn down the brightness to 50% versus the stock 100 because it was a little bright. But I think the biggest con to this monitor would have to be the user controls on the menus. You'll just have to do a lot of playing around with that and just get your settings configured. Now, of course, I did plug in my MacBook into this monitor to try the dual screen on it, and with great success, I changed the monitor to my main monitor and my actual laptop to the secondary screen, and just going through Safari in full screen, it was very great. There was no input lag from my computer to the monitor. Colors looked great, and when I pulled up Logic Pro 9, it actually popped up onto my laptop screen, and just moving it over to the Acer and throwing it in full screen, I was able to see a lot more from this program than on my laptop. I got to see this particular project had 23 channels, and I was able to see every single fader while on this monitor. So if you're doing any kind of like movie editing or music editing, you do have a lot of like screen real estate to be able to throw all your work out there and see a lot of things going on at one time. And whenever I wanted to switch back to my PC desktop, I just hit the input control and it cycles through all the channels and comes back to my desktop PC. So overall, I'm very pleased with this monitor. I purchased it for $160 off of Amazon, which is a very good deal for a monitor of this size, especially an IPS monitor. Now, a lot of people out there and a lot of reviews are like, hey, don't buy this monitor if you're gaming. I have to kind of disagree with that, because though my old monitor was 5 millisecond response time, and so I was already used to it, I never had any problems with it. And with this monitor so far, I've experienced no input lag or anything. It's just been great 1080p picture, and the colors have been amazing on it. And if you look at it from any angle, as with any IPS monitor, you're not going to see any kind of color distortion from any angle around it. So that's great. This is a great monitor for multi-monitor gaming as far as the angles go. However, there are no VESA mounts on these, so if that's a put off to you, then maybe this is not the monitor for you. If you are a professional gamer and the whole 1 millisecond response time monitors are like a must for you, then yeah, this probably isn't for you. But those monitors are going to be quite more expensive, and as far as like maybe some of the Asus monitors that I was looking at, you're going to have to do a lot of color calibration with them. This monitor, I didn't touch any of the settings other than the brightness out of the box, and it looks amazing. So I'm very pleased with that. So like I said before, when I bought this monitor, I was very hesitant about it because of the lack of video reviews and written reviews out there, and they were both going on each side of the argument. But I took a leap of faith and bought it, and I'll say I'm very happy with my purchase and could recommend it to anybody who is looking for a monitor in this price range. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments down below, and please remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.